You do.
Of course, as you do.
So, vodka's always a good one.
What?
Vodka's always a good one. What would be your least favorite drink, Pablo?
Well, I'm not big into beer. I think beer is my least favorite drink.
Okay. And what is your most favorite poison?
Alright, that's a good. Like poison as in literal poison?
Poison!
Or alcohol poison?
Poison! Alcohol is a kind of poison.
Alright, well, so the vague umbrella term of alcohol would be my.
Oh, you're just picking alcohol as your favorite. You're worried about the bird some more?
Or maybe actually caffeine and alcohol are my two favorite poisons. I mean,
Caffeine is a good poison.
it is a good poison.
I've been back on the caffeine. Yay!
Caffeine.
Yay!
Exactly.
Yay! Getting the shakes, you know?
Oh,
caffeine
the shakes. Yeah, twitchy.
No, that's jazz hands.
That's jazz.
That's jazz hands.
All right,
No, wait, this is jazz hands.
This is jazz.
That's it. What's this? This is sparkle splits.
All right, no, you don't like the.
I can do it. We can do it, but you got to be careful because people might, add the fireballs and shit coming out of you.
Yeah.
And then you become a gif of you like, bam, fireball.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind if someone made a gif of me fireballing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I'm next to you, so I'm what's getting fireballed.
Oh, no.
I guess. Like no. Oh.
I just added fuel to the fire.
Oh.
I hypothetically had cannonballed,
Goodness.
fireballed.
Oh, the panic attack I had from that imaginary
exactly.
fireballing was very real.
Very real.
Very panicked.
Very panicked.
Method actor.
Oh, exactly.
Actress.
Method actor.
Is actor a gender neutral term?
It is.
I do not 100% agree with that. I
Actually,
made the mistake just then, but I'm not 100% on that.
You see, by saying actress, you kind of like creating an artificial division, and like it's almost like oh, here you go, this is an actor and this is an actress. But
What about acting professional? Also, you can shorten that to act pro.
no, I don't think. I think actor. It's a heritage word, and
Nah, it's not a good reason to keep nothing.
But
If shit in the past
Casey,
was wrong,
Casey,
you get rid of it.
Look, right.
What?
There are lots of actresses that prefer the term actor to apply to them as well.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough.
And I think it would be disregarding, the will of the people. I think
No, the will of the people
the
doesn't
will of
fucking matter.
Fine.
The people once believed that the world was flat, and then they believed it was round, and then they believed it was flat again. You can't listen to the will of the people, Pablo. They don't know what the hell they do. They don't know what size the planet is.
Let's put it this way, right? It's not an offensive term to say actor. It's a neutral term, right? It doesn't have any particular.
I think that I'm personally going to start saying acting professional from now on.
All right, sure, that's you.
Whoa.
I'll say actor.
You can, but I'm gonna tell you that I prefer actress in that situation. Then
Okay, sure. Okay. So.
look, words matter. That's why there's like a whole dictionary about them.
But some distinctions are artificial and don't particularly matter.
Yeah, I don't know about that. They change based on what the public thinks, and I'm part of the public, which means it changes based on what I think
But
too.
before you're like the will of the people doesn't matter. Now the will of the public matters. That's enough.
No, it's about growing and adapting. I mean, take a specific word from the English language that maybe used to mean a bundle of sticks, and then later it might have meant an old lady who would struggle to carry a bundle of sticks, and then later it just meant an old lady who was decrepit, and then later it just kind of meant anybody that was shitty and or decrepit, and then later it kind of just meant anybody that was shitty, and then maybe it meant anybody who was homosexual, because somehow there was a jump between those two things. I don't know. But the point is that the meaning of a word can change. Maybe now the word can be applied to loud motorcyclists, because South Park said that loud motorcyclists are the new ones, and I strongly agree with that. I believe that word could very well mean loud and obnoxious motorcycle riders.
Yes. All right. So, I'm not gonna argue against that reasoning of that circle of logic.
Now here's the question though, is that word okay for us to say? It's in the English language, it's been changed a million times. There was a period of time it was incredibly offensive, but has it not passed? Has it not changed? Is it not something else now? Is it
Well, I'm of the firm belief that you should say really realistically any term that you like, even if it's an offensive term. It's rather context and situation, and you know, if you're gonna like say like a derogatory term to someone, that's a bit iffy. But like just saying it.
Speak up. Wind's coming up.
Right, wind is coming up. All right, you can say any term as long as it doesn't really offend the. It's not meant like as an offense, but rather like if you say
Within context.
within context.
Okay.
Certain
Okay. So if certain
Jesus.
No, not certain Jesus.
Like a specific Jesus, not
Specific, uncertain Jesus.
exactly. That sounds like a great name for a band.
No. I just this was the wind was picking up and this was wobbling and I didn't like it.
No. Well, now you're making it wobblier.
I know, but I'm gonna
You're
fix it.
wobblifying
So just gotta give me a minute.
Okay. That's a minute, Case.
No,
You've
it's
wobbled it.
I haven't yet. You don't know wobbling for the life of me. I'll wobble you.
Wobbly.
You wobble it. Oh, geez, how are we going? I've got it. I've got the plan.
What's the plan?
I'll be right back.
Have fun.
No, just wait for me.
I am waiting.
I can keep being entertained.
All right, I'll keep the people entertained by talking. By talking.
Entertain them.
Are you entertained?
How is this now?
Oh,
Eh?
right. So you
Whoa. Aha! See, it didn't fall over, even with my stupid that I just did.
with your stupid.
I did a stupid, but
It's an adjective now.
a stupid.
A stupid.
Yes, it was a stupid that I did just then. And now this can dangle. Okay, let's just read.
The crows are multiplying, Case.
That's fine. It's the time of day.
I know. All right. So context.
Context of what? What were we talking about?
Offense. Context of offense.
Offensive
terms.
Context. Oh yes, I know where I was going. I was going to go to the. So if it's in a certain context, it is okay.
Yeah, sure.
So, for example, blackface, not okay. We're not okay with blackface. It's just not okay.
Well, if it's a joke and it's self-aware, like, you know, it depends on the humor and if you're going for like a particularly ranchy, rowdy, you know, debasing humor, you can't like make exceptions because it's, you know, topically offensive.
No.
Okay,
let me circle something for a second. I believe in free speech means that you can say whatever the hell you want. You can say anything.
Right.
However, you will be judged and viewed based on the things you say. That is fair.
Right.
You are allowed to say whatever you
Yes.
want, but we're allowed to think of you whatever we want based on what you
Naturally.
said.
That's
Right.
the agreement.
Yes. So if somebody wants to say a racist thing and make it into a video, then we don't have to watch it. But if we do, we already
We
know
can
what
have
we're
our
getting
opinion,
into.
yes, of
Okay. But so in that sense, you're saying blackface is okay because only the people that want to view it would go and view it.
But yeah, I don't think blackface is okay if you like, you know, earnestly trying to, you know, play it serious. But if you're playing like a really, you know, debasing type of comedy video,
You don't think that it makes it more offensive?
not really, because I mean, like I've seen a bunch of things that are offensive to Latinos, and I find that particularly hilarious because I love things that are racist towards me. You know, I find that hilarious.
You're not Latina.
You're splitting hairs.
I'm not!
I'm from the South American continent, and
Go on.
you can generalize it like that, hypothetically.
To be fair, there was that one time when I found out you weren't Russian, so that was great.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I don't find any form of humor offensive. But I mean, like,
Well, here's where I was going with this.
Well,
See
where
if
were
you
you
follow me
going?
on this. So in the idea that if somebody wants to say a word that's dislikable and everyone dislikes them.
ghost.
Oh God,
ghost
there's
trolley.
a trolley on the run.
Oh, you should actually. Can you pan it over?
Okay, I'll get the trolley.
Film it. It's amazing. It's going.
Is it amazing? I'm not sure if it is amazing.
Oh, it's so spectacular. Look at that action.
I thought it was going to hit the car, to be honest, but now it's
no,
go-
wait, it's gonna hit the thing. No, it didn't hit the thing.
It doesn't-
It's gonna go down. Oh, look at that.
we don't care anymore. It's just a
I
bloody
was
runaway
excited.
trolley. Okay,
I was
You're
excited.
excited. That's good then. Come on, you silly. Okay, so if you say the racist word and people then view you as a racist, that's just fair. but we're going to context. So we're going to go with blackface is racist, and therefore if you do it, you're racist, and therefore...
It is racist.
That's what we're going with, okay. However, I believe, because we're going about context, that it's not always racist, with the key example being, no, it is racist, but it's okay racist. Tropic Thunder.
Of course, that was amazing.
Yeah, but the reason why was because of the extra layers. He wasn't just doing a straight up blackface. What he did was, so he was an American actor playing an Australian actor who plays a black guy and gets an experimental pigment mutation surgery. He gets his like skin tattooed or whatever, becomes a black guy. And in the movie, they're constantly calling him out on it about the level of racism and the level of it not being okay, and like him like 100% committing to it, and everyone around him just being like, "Yeah, I don't think you should be doing that." In that context, I believe it's okay.
Sure. Oh, that you've added levels of detachment and levels of irony. Yeah.
Well, we've added levels of people actively saying that's not okay.
Yes.
And so I think it is okay.
Yes.
I think it's okay to play images of Hitler as long as you say like, by the way, this guy was Hitler. And in this case, it's like we're doing blackface, but by the way, that's not okay. Like they're addressing it actively throughout the entire thing. That the reason it's there is because it shouldn't be there.
Well, yes.
Yes. And in that context, I think that makes it okay somehow.
In that context, I think yes, because it's got levels of detachment, levels of irony, levels of satire. It ceased being parody and became more satire.
Yeah, it wasn't even about a race at the end. It was about, you know, whether or not it's okay to change the color of your skin and assume a new life identity.
Yes.
But there was some really funny bits in there though, like when Ben Stiller says like, you people get so upset about stuff. And Robert Downey Jr. is the black guy. What do you mean, you people? And then the actual black guy look over at him. Well, what do you mean, you people?
Yep.
There's multiple layers again,
exactly.
and therefore, like everybody's getting called out on, like the whole movie's getting called out on how offensive the movie is. That's what the movie was about.
Yep.
The movie was just a giant shitberg of a hey, look at what we did.
Yep.
But it worked.
A good movie.
It was so great. They nailed it.
Mm.
Right down to the intro.
Yeah, and all the advertisements.
You watched the new Adventure Time?
No.
New Adventure Time just come out. Brand new. BMO Adventure.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And it started off with the greatest line that I have heard in anything ever.
What?
Okay, so if you don't want the spoilers, skip ahead a moment because I'm going to tell you the opening, okay? So it starts, starry skies, okay? Beautiful scenic galaxies and shit. BMO's voice come in. Did you know that there's more stars in the sky than grains of sand in the sky?
I like it. Very good.
Best intro of anything ever.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then he takes potatoes to Mars. Right, enough with the spoilers. You can come back to the video now. Hello.
Hello, Casey.
Did everyone enjoy their brief intermission?
Exactly. Like a little bit of a sponsorship there. This video has been sponsored by Adventure Time.
By BMO specifically.
By BMO specifically.
By brilliant opening lines
exactly.
to things.
Specifically.
Yes. Do you have a favorite opening line to a thing?
Well, yes. There was a... But it's way too academic. You wouldn't...
Just tell us the line.
It's like, it was a book, right? It's a line in a book, and it was instantly hooking. I was just like... this was before I really got into books, and then I'm like, I just decided to pick up this one specifically, right?
Yeah.
And I read it, and I'm like, me thinking, books are boring, and then I'm like... And it was like something, I'm paraphrasing it here, but it's like, on Earth, there's only 100 people left. Oh, mankind, numbering 100 people or something like, it was something like that. I'm butchering it, but it was like really catchy because I'm like, whoa, like if it was like mankind extinct, that would be like, that's like so acceptable, like that's usual, you know, post-apocalyptic kind of thing, you know, mankind extinct, But with 100 people, I'm like, that adds layers. It's like, how did mankind get extinct apart from those 100 people? And what did those 100 people do to not extinct themselves?
Yeah,
So it's
100 is a pretty round number.
It is a round.
It's too round of a number. See, if it was like 327 people survived, I'd be like, there must have been some sort of rare gene that prevented them from whatever killed everybody else. Like, they just happened to be the ones that were immune to whatever killed everyone. But 100, around 100 makes it sound like somebody arranged that. Somebody set that up.
Exactly. But you see, while you see that it's bad that it's a round number, it makes it more intriguing, because if it's a round number like 100, you're assuming, right?
Yeah,
that
nature didn't do that.
It sounds like that there was like a plan.
Yeah, somebody's arranged
it adds
this.
even more layers, Like,
yeah, it makes it a conspiracy, because if it was 327, you'd be like, random shit
it
happens.
would be chance. But like with 100, you're like, oh, why 100 specifically?
Yeah,
There's even more layers,
exactly.
you see?
Yeah, no, I've got you. Now, do you have a favorite closing line to anything? An exit line that you think was great?
Ooh, an exit line.
An exit line. I can give you mine if you want.
Go ahead, Case. I don't know.
It's from it was originally a play, I believe, and then it was a movie where the playwright played Riff Raff. It's a Rocky Horror motion picture show.
Right.
It's alright, cult classic, good movie and all that. But for some reason, the ending line to that really stuck with me when I saw it. You know that one ends?
I haven't seen it.
The whole thing's all crazy. There's weird shit all movie long. It turns out like transgenders, not transgenders, transvestites are actually aliens from outer space. They come from Transvestidia or some shit, and then the spaceship fly away. And in the rubble, all the characters getting up and disappearing and shit. Finally, it zooms out, all of the shit's over, end of the movie. There's some guy, right, he's been like the narrator, and guess what he's saying? He's got a spinning globe, and he's saying, and on the planet's face, some insects called the human race, lost in time and lost in space, and meaning. And that's it just ends. I'm still sitting on that. I'm sitting here like, lost in time and space and meaning. God damn it, what?
No, yeah, lost in meaning, lost in time, lost in space.
On the planet's face, some insects called the human race.
Yeah.
Lost in time and lost in space.
That's pretty cool.
And meaning.
Yes. These are accurate observations. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I saw it when I was like 12 or something. So it really hit me at that age. Like, oh, what? It must have been like Rick Sanchez becoming aware that he's in a cartoon.
Oh, right.
You know, that level of like, oh, next picture, big picture.
Well, I mean, like that's your introduction to philosophy, I guess, sort of.
I don't know.
In the most basic, rudimentary level, it's an introduction into philosophy, like metaphysics, meaning and stuff.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
I think my intro to psychology might have been Zoolander.
Philosophy. Okay, so, but sure, like, yeah.
But why male models?
Right. I haven't seen Zoolander.
You haven't seen Zoolander?
No, it's on my list of things to eventually watch at some point in time.
Well, the reason male models is because they're strong, they're at the peak physical human fitness, and they're dumb, they're obedient, they'll follow instruction and do what they're told.
Right. Well,
They're impressionable.
Exactly.
Why male models?
Indeed.
I can't help it, I'm in a quotey mood. So July 4th, so we're going to get drunk, we're going to blow something up.
Let's blow something up.
What are we blowing up?
How
How are we going to do it? What are we going to use
you
for
have firecrackers?
Do you have firecrackers?
I do not.
I technically do. But they're not good ones, so I'm not planning on using them.
Alright.
No. So moving along, next plan. So what's the makeshift explodey? What are we going to use? Some petrol?
Sure.
Lighter fluid.
Lighter fluid.
What do you want to do? What are we going to explode?
Well, it would be cool to explode like a wrecked car or something like that.
Do you have a wrecked car?
I do not, in my possession at the moment, have a wrecked car now.
So that idea doesn't really work.
No, it
then,
doesn't.
does
It doesn't.
No.
It's inconvenient.
Nah.
Alright, well, something big. Like we could make something. How about a cardboard castle?
A cardboard castle that we will then explode.
Get a bunch of boxes, fill it up, and boom.
I think it's okay to not explode something on Freedom Day.
Yeah, good point.
Part of being free is being able to decide
choose whether you want to
whether
blow
you
something
want to
up
blow
or
something
not.
up or not. Yeah.
Mm.
And I think in this particular case, it is okay to decide no.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm really still like a bit broken-hearted about women collar
Very
break.
sad. We're very sad.
I am. I'm actually really, and now on the video and the thumbnail, probably not going to be wearing the collar, and then,
Oh no.
it'll make people wonder what happened.
Well, it gives them like a cliffhanger. They're like, oh, what's that? She's not wearing the collar. Oh, I gotta watch the video in its entirety to find out the mystery.
Hey, that trolley you were looking at's going down the ramp after all.
Oh, film it!
No, I'm not filming it. It's gone. It's gone already. It went down a ramp.
I told you it was gonna. Oh, your change and your receipt.
Oh, change and receipt.
I forgot about that.
There was change.
Yes,
I assumed based on the size of your water that you went to.
it was 80 cents. Yours was $2, Case. Yeah.
I assumed that all the money was gone.
No, the money is still there.
That is great.
And happy surprise.
That is really great. So you've been doing art lately, huh?
Yes, I have.
What's your favorite art?
Favorite art?
Yeah,
That's very broad.
that's your favorite art.
Favorite art movement? Favorite artist
The favorite art
that I made or that other people made? What?
out of all of the art.
Well, Casey, that is way. I cannot answer that.
Really, it's not like the Mona Lisa or like.
You said you mean painting,
No,
art painting.
no. It could be any art. It could be the Zoolander movie.
Casey, that is impossible for me to answer. I will not answer. I refuse to answer favorite art. If you say favorite painting, I will be like this one.
Okay,
Or-
favorite painting.
Well, I don't know the name, but it's like a Salvador Dali painting. It's like a bunch of elephants walking in the desert with really, really skinny legs. Really cool.
Oh, the long-legged elephant.
I like the long-legged elephants. I like.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
But to be honest, that's a very close because I like all paintings by Salvador Dali equally. I just said that long-legged elephant one because that's my introduction to Salvador Dali as an artist and of his work. So it's the one that stuck with me the most. But I love it equally as much as the other paintings by Dali.
Fair enough. So, what is your least favorite art?
I don't know. I'm not too keen on like some 19th century portraits. That look kind of simplistic, like portraits of for example, Simon Bolivar, and like the Latin American portraiture in the early 19th century. I think is way too simplistic. But also in Spain, like I'm not too fond of that like bracket of early 19th century paintings, with some exceptions, but like that specific bracket, like from 1799 to 1830, 1820 something. There's like a decrease, like 18th century art, really pretty, early 19th century art, boom, massive, really observable decrease in quality of art.
Sure. Fair
That's
enough.
very specific, but that's something that really bothered me.
Okay. Now, if you could meet a famous artist,
Yep.
right, and then they will paint you your own unique piece of art, but then you have to throw them into a spike pit where they will die.
Oh.
Who would you want to do that with?
Well, I wouldn't choose my favorite artist because I don't want him to die and
Have
have
to
tried to
throw him
play.
in the pit at the end, but you get your own special, unique, one-of-a-kind art.
That's very difficult. Well, I'd choose an artist I don't really like, as it won't be my favorite artist. Someone
Pick someone.
Alright.
And it can be already deceased people. In this hypothetical, they're magically alive again until you throw them in the pit.
Well, I maybe like someone like Leonardo da Vinci, because I'm not too fond of his works, but he's,
Yeah, so
he's
you'd
good
happily take a Da Vinci original and then toss them in the pit.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of Da Vinci. So, like, it's kind of like I'm neutral with Da Vinci, So if he fell to his death and I caused it, I wouldn't be too sad.
Wow. Do you have any questions for me?
Well, I don't think I would have something as creative as killing an artist who will paint a painting for you.
You don't have to try and match my questions. You just come up with anything you think would be amusing to you.
Oh, right.
Or to them, either way.
Right.
I mostly come up with ones that'll amuse me, because
Right.
I'm most of the audience. Hey, me!
Hi, Casey.
We go
Hi,
on.
Casey.
Whoa, he said it to both of us.
Oh my God.
You're fucking tripping. Stop it.
Alright, so, I shall stop. I shall cease and desist. Alright, an interesting question for you.
Alright. No.
Bad.
No. Not yet. No.
Bad motorcycle.
We're just gonna wait for a moment.
Alright, let's see.
And we're good. Go.
What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing is joy. Unfiltered, unregulated, straight to your brain joy.
Sweet.
That's my favorite thing.
A short and sweet answer.
What's your least favorite thing?
Capitalism.
Fair enough. Call me.
Yeah.
Tease, because you are, and it's okay. Because why wouldn't it be?
Exactly.
So, tell us about aliens.
Alright, aliens. Well, they hypothetically exist. I have never seen one myself. There are people who claim to have seen them, and I claim that unless they have physical proof, I will doubt their claim. I will only believe what is physically there. I will only believe something logical. I will only believe tangible, evidence, using the scientific process.
Since the last video and this one, I got ears.
Cat ears. Very cute. Adorable.
No follow up on that?
Cat
Audience
ears.
that's just seen the ears and we're just going to move on? Alright.
Alright, ears.
What is your longest staying awake?
I don't know. I think I stayed awake until like 4:30. That's when I checked out, to be honest.
Well, so you haven't even done an all-nighter. You fell asleep at 4:30 in the morning.
Yes. Well,
So you haven't even done one full all-nighter before in your life?
no.
Oh my God, Pablo, I might have to destroy you tonight. We might have to do an all-nighter.
But the thing is, there's something in my head that says, go to sleep, even though I'm not tired. I'm like, I'm probably doing much more harm than good staying awake.
No, definitely. It's a
after
horrible
4:30.
idea. You feel like absolutely destroyed after. It's like
Yeah.
you don't want to do that.
I feel destroyed after the 4:30 as well. My eyes on fire.
But some of the weirdest shit happens when you haven't had appropriate sleep for a while.
And what is that weird shit, Casey?
I don't know. There's too many examples.
Give us an example of your personal experience with weird shit.
Okay, well, you want to get all creepy personal on it, do we?
Well, don't go.
That's creepy. It's gonna get creepy.
Alright, and then if it's too creepy, then don't say it. You're free to not say it. If you're like, oh, Pablo, that's too personal.
No, that's not. So I'm gonna say it anyway.
Alright,
but,
go ahead.
not without the appropriate warning. So if you don't want to hear the creepy thing, skip forward a few minutes.
Go ahead. Yeah.
But yeah, so like, you have sleepovers. You have like sleepovers with friends, and then like I don't know, 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Sometime you'll get a little bit loopy. And sometimes you can talk about things, philosophy and the meaning of life. But sometimes you do other silly things, like you have a pillow fight or you throw candy at each other.
Right.
And sometimes maybe you're in your teenage years, and so you do weird things to do with like your sexuality.
Right.
Sometimes that happens, and that can get weird in the middle of you haven't slept enough.
Right, I wouldn't know that.
No, but you might eventually, and then, if you don't hear about other people's experiences, then how do you know if you'd ever want to consider for yourself? If you never heard of somebody skiing before, if you didn't know what skiing was, and would never been exposed to it in any level, not even in conversation, You would have no desire to go skiing.
I have no
but
desire to go skiing now.
no, I know, but that's an informed decision because you know what it is, and you've heard people talk about it. And there's, oh, it was great, I got adrenaline rush, but then I fell down and hit a tree, and you go, oh well, I like adrenaline, but I don't like cold and getting hit by a tree. So you can appropriately determine that you're not interested because you've considered it.
The shadow of this little thing increased with the position of the sun.
Yes.
So you could hypothetically reposition the chairs if you want.
No, we're not changing the chairs. We're trying to leave the setup as close as we can.
Exactly.
But yes, we have technically been watching the shadows get longer.
Yay.
It's a good game. I like it. Do you?
It's just as fun as watching paint dry.
No, it's more fun than that.
It's slightly more fun.
Significantly more fun than
Oh,
that.
you think so?
Shadows can come in different shapes and sizes. Sometimes watching the shadows get longer makes all the patterns all reveal, and then the shadow actually is the answer to the map.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so you don't see that with the paint dry, where suddenly the paint reveals the map partway through drying.
Sort of.
Nah.
Like, if you see like a paint peel, right? It can reveal like
Not drying.
It's
peeling.
It is drying. It's drying from dry to really so dry peel.
No, it's not how it'll go.
Yeah, it's a type of dryingness.
I don't believe that, but I can't use my phone for Google.
All right,
'cause
fine.
I mean, you can Google it and prove me wrong, but I don't.
Have credit case.
Why you should have? I could have put on the hotspot before we started.
Oh well, don't worry about the case.
Why don't you have any data?
Because I don't have a plan.
But it's 2020.
It is 20.
Get a plan.
I shan't.
Why not?
Philosophical decision.
But then you keep,
Moral decision.
But then you miss out on all sorts of shit. You're always offline, and then I go to things and you get upset because you weren't invited. But then how can I invite you if you're never online?
I'm almost all the time near a Wi-Fi source.
I messaged you the other day. It took you like a week to message me back, and you're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't even realize."
And that was not my fault. I would have messaged you at the moment I get the Wi-Fi back, but
Not online for a week. This guy, a full week.
That's not true. That is not true. I have never been offline for an entire week for a good 8 years.
I just didn't notice the message. Oh well, online entirely for a week.
Well, it didn't. It has like a little green LED that goes bing bing, flashes. It doesn't go bing bing, but it does flash.
So you don't get the message unless there's things flashing at you.
Exactly, I'm a moth.
So if you want Pablo to get the message, just make sure you flash him.
No, the phone will flash for you.
Oh, phone! Oh, phone! Phonies, right. Oh, sorry, I thought...
The LED on the phone, it's a green LED. It basically says I've received the message.
But did you really receive the message?
I did.
Because you say sometimes that it doesn't give you the blinking and you still received the message. I messaged
that
you
one time, but that's what caught me off guard, because I was expecting green flashy light, but that one single time that it didn't happen, it caught me off guard, and it only started flashing when you sent the follow-up message, you see.
I mean, you know, hopefully just one single time, but you know, patterns can be established. I only ever won the cross country one time, but I only ever entered one cross country, so you could argue that I won the cross country every time.
Yeah, sure.
Every single time that I was in the cross country, I won.
That's semantics, and that's dishonest.
It's not. I did win that time.